owner and principal and COO of the Sahara Force India Formula One team. Cheers. We see it in the newspapers, we see it on the TV. We've had some great positives this year as a team. 2 podiums in 3 races, a front row start. So from the inside looking out, how do you feel that your season's going so far?
I'll answer that question in just a minute. But on behalf of all of us at the team, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all you fans. It's great to have you here, and we are delighted to be able to talk to you, answer your questions, and have a bit of fun. It's been 3 years now that I've been coming here to this wonderful campsite, and the third year where our team has staged a presence and had a little bit of an event that you can enjoy and we can enjoy with you. So once again, welcome. We work hard through the year. 21 races is a really long, hard, tough calendar. But I have to say that we regard Silverstone as our home race. As you know, our factory is just across the street, and we absolutely love it here, particularly when the weather is good. For those of you who have been following the progress of our team, as you know, we had a very strong second half last year. In 2015, we carried through the development to this year's car, the 2016 car. And once again, this has been amply rewarded with 2 podiums and a front row start. We'll forget what followed the front row start. Once in a while, you're entitled to have a bad dream. But that one's over. We're looking forward to a strong performance here on Sunday at our home venue, Silverstone. We've also introduced a new update, which will be the last one for this year, but it will probably take us a couple of races in order to optimize and get the maximum out of this update. We are determined to improve our performance, become even more competitive, and as I said at the FIA press conference today, I intend to catch Williams. I'd like to thank you all for your support, your encouragement for this team. There's one thing I very proudly say sitting in the motorhome, and that is our motorhome, our hospitality, and the passion within our team is unparalleled and unmatched. We have an open heart, open arms. We welcome our guests with a warmth that only we know how. Our engineers back at the factory, our trackside staff, management have a philosophy that we need to cut our coat to suit our cloth. Money doesn't necessarily buy performance. Creativity, innovation, and passion do. And we have that. So I'm looking forward to a strong, successful rest of the season. And I hope the performance of my team will continue to delight all of you. So cheers once again.
Hear, hear.
Have a wonderful evening. And both Otmar and me are here to answer whatever questions you may have. Just throw it at us, and we'll do our best to throw it back at you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Vijay Mallya, if I could now please bring Otmar to the stage. Sorry, what was the question again?
You know, wait a minute. We need a little bit of humor here. You are all British. I'm from India. We were ruled by the British. So we're almost as good as you are. And we all love cricket, don't we? Apart from Formula One. My American friend here tells me yesterday that he played cricket with his son. So I said, how did he do? He said, I hit 2 4s. I said, great, Otmar. Then what? He said, then I struck out. I said, well, I knew because I know a bit of baseball. So I said, you struck out. How? He said, well, the ball came. I thought I would hit it for a 6. It didn't bounce as high, and it hit my twigs. So, there's something Alistair Cook can learn from that. Go ahead, Otmar.
Anyway, I think I had the answer to your question, but I couldn't remember the question.
So we all talk about this season, so moving forward to next year. When there's new
It was something about, you've had 2 podiums, how are you going to do?
2 podiums, front row start, great performance in FP1 this morning. How do you see the weekend ending up?
Not to jinx us, but we've gone from podium to not podium, podium to not podium. This weekend,
Podium.
Podium.
So it's kind of an obvious question really, but as a team back at the factory, for the guys that work within the team, how much of a boost does it give them when you receive a really, really good weekend? What does it do to the team as a unit?
Well, like Vijay said, it's creativity and hard work that bring success, and we know that, and we work hard at doing that. And once the success is realized on the track, you can imagine the jubilation and the elation at the factory. Everybody pulls together, we celebrate together, we're proud of what they've done, and we're a team. We win as a team and we lose as a team, and when it all works, yeah, you can imagine how what a happy place it is, and that happiness breeds future success.
So on to the future. Next year we have a new car. It's not an evolution of the current car. Stability is a great thing within a team. You have the same driver roster now for the last few years.
Next year as well?
And next year as well. That was going to be my question. Do you feel confident that you can secure both drivers for the 2017 season?
Absolutely. They work very well together. They're great drivers, both of them. Their skills complement each other. We don't have the issues that some of the others do when they have 2 competitive drivers, and that bodes well for us. I'm not going to name any names, but I see some of those tri-stars on those caps.
I think they're just all supporting our engine supplier.
I think that's right. And a little bit of Lewis.
So as far as the 2017 car goes, it's a brand new car from the ground up.
Brand new car, a lot of opportunity when those regulations change, and we're going to try to make the most of it. I think we've switched to 2017 development a little bit early, but it was a strategic decision that we made, and the harder we work now from the time we go racing next year, and the more creativity we throw at it, the better we're going to do. But I think we will be well placed in 17. Our focus now, though, is first and foremost Silverstone, and then the rest of the season. So it's not over yet. There's a lot to fight for. Like Vijay said, he wants us to go after Williams, and that must be our focus. But at the same time, we got to look over our shoulders. There are a lot of good people coming. I think Alonso was quick here already. McLaren scored well at the last race. Toro Rosso you can't rule out. So we've got to do it for both ends. We've got to make sure we keep those competitors behind us, but at the same time, like Vijay has tasked us, go after Williams.
Perfect. And so, sorry, still keeping an eye on the 2017 car and the development, do you feel that a ground-up car kind of shuffles the field and maybe levels the playing field for some a little bit more of a midfield team perhaps to shine rather than the big four dominating?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to try to do. So, I mean, there's a few fundamentals in having a good car. You've got to, first and foremost, have a good mechanical package. On top of that, have good aerodynamics, and we've got the tools now, as does everybody else. So it's just a matter of having creativity, having two good drivers and a good powertrain, and understanding the tires. So most of that stuff we have. We've got two great drivers. We'll have a good mechanical package as we have in the past. We've got the tools to develop the aerodynamics, and I think we understand the tires. So with all that, I would be surprised if we don't take it to them in 2017.
That's very positive. And do you feel that the sport's moving in a direction that you as a team are happy with?
Maybe that one's for Vijay. I'm happy with it, but he owns the place.
I think Formula One as a sport has many positives. We're going to new places, new exciting places like Baku, which was truly an exciting race. The drivers loved it, the teams loved it, and the fans loved it. While that's all on the positive side, which obviously brings in some additional or incremental revenue, one has to be mindful that the distribution of income pattern in Formula One is completely skewed towards just 4 teams, and that's blatantly unfair. So we're challenging that, we'll continue to challenge that, and we will not rest till we get justice. So that's simple and straightforward. The owners of Formula One, CVC Group, make enormous amount of money from the revenues that the sport generates from this show, of which we are a part. And so we are entitled also to be looked after and cared for and be treated fairly. It's not entirely appropriate that the owner must pocket huge amounts of money running into hundreds of millions of pounds and leaving other teams to be uncomfortable. How many of you thought that Leicester would win the Premiership? Well, I want to win the World Championship. There's no written law that says you got to be the biggest to win. Sometimes even the smallest can win. And I often quote the David and Goliath story. But we need that opportunity to win. We need that opportunity to produce a winning car. And unfortunately, this is a very expensive sport. So if CVC and Formula One management recognize that they need to be fair and equitable, I can tell you we'll give some of those big teams a fair run for their money.
Hear, hear. That's exactly what we wanted to hear. So on a lighter note, gents, how much of a boost does it give you to see all of these people showing Force India so much love? There's so much love for your drivers within this area. Last night we had the most amazing party, which I'm sure that you would have both been more than happy to have attended. What does this do to you as a team, to have this love?
I wasn't invited to the party last night.
Your invite's always here, Vijay. We're here every night. We're having one tonight.
Well, next time I'll show up uninvited.
I'm sure there's not one person in the audience that wouldn't like that.
Listen, this kind of support, this kind of cheers, this kind of clapping, this kind of laughter is why we perform. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Vijay Mallya and Otmar Szafnauer from the